like, comment, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching.
Joanne, what's going on, Mutual Size? Good morning to you. How we sound? Sound pretty good, good. All right, that's a bet. So, I don't know if y'all have seen the Fox 26 News interview that Kayla, Tanisha, and Portia did, but it's on Lisa Says What's channel. She was the first person in which I found out about it. Yep, today is my birthday, crossed over to 35.
Thanks to Martin Luther King, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Okay, it's Joanne. Got you. Okay, Joanne. Appreciate that. I don't know if y'all have seen the Fox 25 News interview that Tanisha, Portia, and Kayla did, but it's about 17 minutes worth of content. And thank you guys for the birthday wishes. It's about 17 minutes worth of content in which they take the opportunity once again to lie on Mr. Bishop's behalf. And one thing I am not going to do is make this a circus any more than it already is. But I will address some important inconsistencies because I know that there are former cult members who continue to watch this from afar to gain some clarity about the situation. And also, in addition, there are mothers, fathers, aunts, uncles, sisters, brothers, and cousins who are still watching and hoping that their actual family member will wake up and come home. And I know it can be very discouraging when you see former cult members making a mockery of a situation that's very serious. And so I don't have to be acknowledged. I know some people stay out of the online spotlight because of the cyberbullying, the threats, the slander, and the different types of things you can face for speaking out on the internet. And this is not something that just happened on the internet. We know, typically anybody that speaks out and goes against certain narratives, they are met with some type of backlash, but I don't really care. What's most important to me is that people don't just stay on something as simple as they're lying or they're stupid or they need to go home. I see that over and over again, and I'm like, that is not the full picture of what's going on here. So I want to, and I will continue to bring up key points that often get overlooked by people who simply want to make disrespectful remarks to the women who are still there. I don't care to degrade them. They can't get degraded any more than Eligio Bishop has already degraded them, but they are saying some things that need to be examined thoroughly, and that a lot of their so-called belief systems are inconsistencies against their own belief system. And I will address those on YouTube. The reason why I won't address them on Instagram is because Instagram cuts me off after about an hour. And then we have to end the video, and then we have to restart. On YouTube, we can go live, we can talk about this, and it uploads right onto the channel. I don't have to do anything separately, just make another thumbnail. But I already took the liberty of taking down some notes that will address the inconsistencies in the interview that they did, attempting to clear Eligio Bishop's name, attempting to make him seem as if he's the victim, as if he's on the receiving end of some type of injustice. And my goal is not to convince anybody of anything. My goal is to put out a counter narrative and allow you to make your own judgment, because as a former cult member, the last thing I want to do is tell you what to do and how to think. The best leaders lead by example. And what I want you to do is I want you to think for yourself so you can have that confidence and that certainty that you reach your own conclusion about carbonation, rather than somebody trying to assert a narrative on you, because we have enough of those people on the internet telling you what to do with your money, telling you how to dress, telling you what to eat, telling you where to go, telling you where to work and how to get your income. The last thing I want to do is tell you what to do. I just want to present something to you and let you use your own intelligence, because you are intelligent, to reach your own assumptions and your own conclusion about carbonation as a whole. And my YouTube channel it's highlighted on this page. It's highlighted. All you got to do is click on the YouTube logo on my Instagram page, and the link will take you right there. Last night I went live as a test run, and I talked about emotional equity concerning why Jax, Juju, Aya, Efru, Malia, and Zoka continue to stay in carbonation. And it's just a theory. It's a counter narrative. You don't have to agree with it. You don't have to consider it the absolute truth just because I was there. It's just my opinion, my perspective. And if you agree, great. If you don't, great. But I'm going to try not to go live so late, because 9 o'clock is kind of late. I think I will try to go live at like 8 o'clock. I think that's more reasonable. And I'm not going to take all day. I'm just going to go over the notes that I've taken, and I'm going to leave it on my YouTube. It's going to be there for people to make a mockery of it. And it's also going to be there for people who are family members, because contrary to popular belief, Juju has family members. Aya has family members. Jax has family members. Tanisha has family members. Efru has family members. So these people are often forgotten about, but they don't get to turn this off. They still hope that their son, daughter, sister, brother, cousin, aunt, uncle comes home. And so to provide them with some type of clarity, I will address certain things, because if I leave it up to Aya, Efru, and Malia, they're going to make it look like they're doing just fine. And that's not the case. And what I left a comment underneath their interview video letting people know that it is public information, it is public record that they lied under oath. So that means they have no issue lying on the internet during an interview. This is not a character assassination. This is not defamation of character. This is information being presented as a counter narrative to what they are trying to suggest. And I let the people come up with their own conclusion. If you think I'm lying, great. It doesn't matter. But I will present counter narratives largely based upon things that they have said. I don't need to add anything. I don't need to spice up the story. I don't need to juice it up. A lot of Carbonation's inconsistencies were created by Carbonation. A lot of Eligio Bishop's inconsistencies were created by him. This is not an editing or alteration of anything that he said. This is him saying one thing and saying another. This is him doing one thing and doing another. You decide. You decide, man. But I refuse to let them get online and try to sell this fake, fabricated story as if this is a racial issue, that this is some type of injustice issue.
Guys, this is a moment that I have personally anticipated. This book is now available for pre-order, authored by Janae Newell. The title is Lesson Learned. Janae shares a part of her journey with us, and I am looking forward to this amazing read. I myself am already on the pre-order list. If you're interested in being one of the first people to get this book, definitely hit Janae up on IG. Her IG is janae.alexandria. So hit her DM, let her know you're interested, and be sure to let her know that Medea sent you.
And that Eligio Bishop has been misconstrued based upon his online presence. But we're going to get into all of that tonight. I believe we're going to shoot for 8 o'clock. I'm on the East Coast. We might shoot for 8 o'clock. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, just click the YouTube logo on the highlighted section on this Instagram channel. If you can't make it tonight, that's great. That's okay, because it'll be right there on YouTube for anybody to take a look at whenever they need to. I'm not interested in gathering a following. I don't care. But I cannot, just like I didn't sit back and let the trial happen without my involvement, I'm not going to sit back and let them try to sell this idea that the state of Georgia was incorrect or malicious in their decision concerning Eligio Bishop. A lot of people are just now finding out about Eligio Bishop. A lot of people who used to watch Carbonation are returning to Carbonation. So I refuse to let these people be misled by not saying nothing. Zora Neale Hurston's quote echoes in my head. If you remain silent about your pain, if you remain silent about your situation, they will kill you, they will abuse you, and say you enjoyed it. If we sit back as former members and don't do nothing and don't say nothing, that means we are okay with what's going on. It's not going to happen. I don't compare myself to Martin Luther King or Malcolm X. I would never do that. That's silly. But they are my heroes and they are my role models. And if Martin Luther King and Malcolm X continue to speak underneath the threat of physical violence and death, do you think I'm going to let a thumbnail or a comment or commentary discourage me from continuing to speak? I don't think so. What's going on? Buenos dias. ¿Cómo estás? Appreciate that, Tiana. It looks like Tiana Marie, or maybe Tiana. Not sure, it can go both ways. But yeah, if you guys haven't already done so, Muy bien. Muy bien. Um, if you guys haven't watched the Fox 26 News interview, some of y'all have been watching long enough to the point where you will be able to point out the inconsistencies yourself. But for those people who are just now finding out about Eligio Bishop, or those who put Eligio Bishop down and now are returning because of the attention it's getting, I will not sit back and let Portia and Kayla and Tanisha sell this idea that they're okay, because it can be very confusing to people who don't understand cults and abusive relationships. Their family members, if I don't say nothing, their family members could think, well, they look okay. They look like they're doing fine. They're dressed up. They got their makeup or whatever on. They look like they're doing fine. But I have to let their family know that psychological wounds are not as visible as physical ones. If you're wondering what type of state your daughter's or sister or cousin is in, it's not good. It's not good. Unlike physical wounds, psychological wounds don't heal by ignoring them. If you get a cut on your arm, you don't need to look at it. It'll heal on its own. But psychological wounds don't quite work the same. These women have unaddressed psychological wounds from 3 years ago. I'm telling you, Mick Jones, I can't look at this from my own perspective only. I have to look at this from somebody like, who is Nature Boy? Who is Eligio Bishop? Who is this dude? What is this about? And if I'm just now coming in and I'm looking at these women, I'm like, oh, they look like they straight. You know, I don't have no dog in the fight. They look like they doing straight to me. But carbonation is full of so much bull crap that one, most people just now coming into this, they don't have the time to sort through whether or not what they're saying is true. Carbonation is a what? How long is carbonation? An 8-year story? If I'm not mistaken, Eligio Bishop's first video on his YouTube channel was uploaded in 2016. So
Interested in a great read? Check out Greatness is a Habit authored by Aaron Dixon, also known as True. Many of you know him as True. He has authored this amazing read. The book is available on Apple Books. Get your copy today and stay motivated to win.
uploaded in 2016. So carbonation is an 8-year story. I don't expect people to be able to get all of the details of the situation in a matter of days. Really, Jenny Red? Dang, man. And see, I hope that the family members of the current cult members listen to what I have to say, because I will continue to educate myself and attempt to explain this in the best way I can. So I have to think about the family members, and I have to think about the people who are just now finding out about who Nature Boy is. Because people have responsibilities and obligations. They got kids and they got jobs. So I don't expect for you to go back all the way to 2016 and try to pick up all the pieces. Naturally, people will try to form an assessment or conclusion based upon the current information. And if I just let Aya, Efru, and Portia, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna call them their code names until they leave. Efru, Malia, and Portia will have unsuspecting people who are new to this thinking that what they're saying could actually be true. But I have to point people in.
I ain't even finna hold y'all, but he is absolutely right. Team Too Much will make people really think that, like, oh, Eligio Bishop, aka Nature Boy, was done bad. It's a modern day lynching and it wasn't fair. He didn't do anything because they're all on this campaign. So I'm very happy to hear Aaron's voice in this. I look forward to other ex-members gaining the courage and the strength that it takes to get on Beyonce's internet and speak their truth. I look forward to that.
They're saying could actually be true. But I have to point people into the direction of their inconsistencies so that people can formulate their own opinion about what they're looking at. Because if left up to Aya, Malia, and Kayla, it looks like everything's is just sweet and merry and just fine. And that's why I encourage the former cult members of Carbon Nation to step outside of their own personal issues and beefs with each other and join me in letting people know that this is just not a story about online YouTubers attempting to paint Eligio Bishop in a bad light, but we were actually there and we experienced this man in real time. And you make your opinion and your judgment and assessment based upon both sides. But we're going to get into all that tonight on YouTube because Instagram will cut you off without a moment's notice. So if you guys have the time, great. If you don't, that's great as well. You know, Tiana, it's so many videos. I wish we could compile a summary of Eligio Bishop's history. I'm telling you, Kelly K, I wish we could compile a summary of Eligio Bishop's history in one video that's not too long because carbonation is full of a lot of triggers and trauma and it can be overwhelming for people to digest. A lot of people be like, I can't watch this. I'm telling you, Kelly K, I wish we could compile a summary of Eligio Bishop's history in one video that's not too long because carbonation is full of a lot of triggers and trauma and it can be overwhelming for people to digest. A lot of people be like, I can't watch this. So I wish we could create some type of digestible video showing Eligio Bishop's inconsistencies and his history for the people coming in. It doesn't really matter because, and I'm going to address this situation tonight. It doesn't really matter because Eligio Bishop was not convicted by YouTube channel holders. He was convicted of a jury of his peers unanimously. It wasn't even like it was a majority vote. These people from different walks of life, from different races, from different backgrounds, all collectively, these are 12 different mentalities that have never met each other,
But what was presented in front of them was enough for 12 people who don't know each other from different religions, from different incomes, from different educational backgrounds. These 12 people went into the back of a room. And additionally, one point people don't talk about is that these people's conscience were being put to the test because they have to leave that courtroom knowing that they convicted a man to a potential life sentence. That says a lot. These 12 people said, I have seen enough to the point where I can go to sleep tonight knowing that I convicted a man to a potential life sentence. Nobody's talking about that. Do you know what that you do you understand what it takes to convict somebody to life and knowing you had a hand in it? You have to be convinced. It has to be more than you don't like the person. There's plenty of people I don't like, but that don't mean I want them to do life in prison. So this whole idea that the motive is because they don't like them, you have to be retarded. All of us in this room can name 50 people we don't like, but that don't mean we want them to die. That don't mean we want them to be in prison for 50 years. We just don't like them, and that's the end of it. We just don't want to be around them. We don't want to see them, and we don't want to talk to them, and that's enough for us. Some of y'all don't like y'all brother. That don't mean you want them to go to jail. Some of y'all don't like y'all mama. You just don't want to be around them. So this fake idea that people's motive is to target Eligio Bishop is based because they don't like him is ridiculous. These people who convicted Eligio Bishop didn't even know him. So how can that narrative apply to the jury? They didn't know Eligio Bishop personally. They weren't going through his YouTube channel. So the jury, you're saying the jury didn't like Eligio Bishop too? So you think these jurors was like, you know what? I don't like him. So I can live with myself and go to sleep tonight, convicting him to a potential life sentence. That's ridiculous. Most of them didn't know Eligio Bishop until the trial happened. So this idea that they are motivated by some type of dislike is absurd. But we're going to get into all of that because it didn't take me long. Because one advantage that I have concerning Aya, Malia, and Efru is I know y'all. And I did what y'all are doing or attempting to do better than y'all. Y'all don't even remember the quote unquote knowledge better than I do, and I'm not even there no more. You guys are struggling to formulate cohesive sentences, and you stick to these generalized statements such as he's innocent, and people take his videos and misconstrue his personality and make him out to be a bad person, and that this is malicious. You can't.
Or the latest narrative that Efru, aka Caleb Buckner, is putting out. Guys, here's a clip.
Just when you have a big light, people want to go to the shadow and make the shadow bigger than the light. And
She said when you have a big light, people want to go to the shadows to make the shadow bigger. What? Like, I don't even think that Efru, aka Caleb Buckner, even comprehends what she just said. Like, what is she talking about, y'all? Does anybody know? Put it in the comments. Let me know.
And make him out to be a bad person, and that this is malicious. You can't. You can't even. I could be a better cult member than y'all, and I'm not even in the cult no more. So dismantling what you guys do and say is quite easy for me. I did this for 4 years, so I still know what it takes to do what you're doing. And if you guys, and quite frankly, you guys suck at portraying Eligio Bishop as anything other than a sadistic, psychopathic lunatic. You guys suck. If your intention is to make Eligio Bishop look any more or less insane than he already does, you should stop talking. You guys aren't even believable. You suck. As a former cult member, you suck. I bet Eligio Bishop is doo-dooing and peeing on himself right now, relying on you guys to speak. You suck. When you guys got on the stand, you suck. When you do interviews, you suck. It's a shame that to this day, I could be a better cult member than y'all, and I'm not even in the cult no more. You guys suck. You don't even have, exactly, Leslie. You guys don't even have the mental agility or flexibility to think outside of the script. So much so that you needed notes to testify.
I swear or affirm the testimony you present to the court to be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you out.
I do.
State your name and spell it for the court, please.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Wade. Ms. Wade, how old are you?
Hold on.
Before Ms. Wade answers my
She
question, she has no
papers. Yeah, she can't.
Okay, you won't be able to use notes, Ms. Wade. You'll have to turn
Can you
those
grab
in.
them from her, please?
Sure, Judge.
Can I use my notes? No, ma'am.
Why not?
Can I use my notes? No, ma'am. Can I use my notes? No, ma'am.
Why not?
Ma'am. Can I use my notes? No, ma'am.
Why not?
Ma'am. Can I use my notes? No, ma'am.
Why not?
Can I use my notes? No, ma'am.
You guys possess no mental agility and flexibility outside of the script. You suck. But don't worry about it. We're going to address the inconsistencies in their interview with Fox 26 News tonight, and I'm shooting for 8 o'clock. I'm shooting for 8 o'clock. I think that that's a reasonable time. 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to get into the inconsistencies. It was so easy for me to dismantle what they were saying. I took notes. It only took me about 15 minutes. And I will address all of the key points that they're trying to assert in defense of Eligio Bishop. And with that being said, guys, happy birthday to Stephen Curry, Albert Einstein, and Quincy Jones. Happy birthday to y'all. One of the most special days of the year, March 14th. I love it. And I hope to see you guys tonight. If you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel and are interested in doing so, just click the YouTube logo underneath my Instagram page right there in the highlight section. And I really, really, really would appreciate you guys coming over there because I am attracting some of the most intelligent people that know about carbonation. And you guys' input and feedback really make this worthwhile. Okay? Thank you guys for your input. Thank you guys for your intelligence. See you tonight.
Storming outside, rain, she keeps me home. Quiet conversation makes me warm. So warm. Rain, sweet rain, whispers me to sleep and wakes me up again. My rain, sometimes I swear I hear her call my name. I swear, I swear. My summer rain. Oh. In the middle of the night when I'm alone, alone, I feel her kisses on me, even when she's gone. Can't wait till she gets home. Yeah. Whispers me to sleep and wakes me up again. Up again. Sometimes I swear I hear her call my name. My name, my name. Oh, oh, oh. I don't mind if it rains forever. If it rains, let it rain on me. I don't mind, yeah. Oh, let it rain, let it rain. Oh, oh, oh. So go ahead and make it right. Bring the sunshine back. Baby, make it right. Yeah. Go ahead and make it right there. Tender touches, keep it right there. Summer rain. It puts me to sleep and wake me. Oh, 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 yeah. Calling my name.